What's up, guys? How you guys doing tonight? This is your guy, Chris Dubai, and we're back once again. Another great week of Richmond Creators and Small Businesses TV, and I can't wait to bring you tonight's guest. I have Scott Miller of Millersbuyhouses here, and he has a lot of great information to share with you guys. He's going to be uh, letting you know how to sell your home, how to buy your next home, and how he can help you as well. He's been doing this. He's a seasoned, uh, what I would say, pro in the game. He's been doing this for a number of years. He's also admin on the group Richmond Creators and Small Businesses. Just to let you guys know some of the other things he has going on. He's a coach of a little league, the South Texas Flyers, and can't wait to pull him on screen. So if you just give me 1 second, I have him here for you. What's up, Scott? How you doing?
Hey, Chris. Thanks for having me, man.
Yes, sir. You having a great day?
Yes, sir. I am. I'm excited to be here.
Cool. And let me say thanks to everybody that's tuning in. We got a couple of viewers already on Facebook pages, on YouTube. So, definitely glad to have you guys here with us at Richmond Creators and Small Businesses TV to catch another episode. And we got Scott Miller here for you guys of Millers Buy Houses. Yes, sir. So, Scott, we were discussing, and like I was telling you, I think right now was a great time for us to have you on the show due to the pandemic that we're going through. A lot of people, questioning, should they sell their home? Is this a good time to buy their next home? Should they just continue to rent, and then a lot of people are interested in the market as far as, is this something they should jump into because maybe it's a good time to get into selling homes, as far as on the realtor side of things. So I just want you to, we're going to touch on a couple of those things. But I want to start off by letting people know where you're from and exactly who you are. So you let them know where you're from.
Yeah. Thank you for the introduction. My name is Scott Miller, and my wife and I, Alicia, live here in Pecan Grove, Texas, just inside the Richmond city limits. We grew up here in Southeast Texas and got married. We started getting involved in real estate about 7 or 8 years ago, I'd say, whenever we moved out to Florida and we were involved in some rental properties. And that's when we really kind of took a learning of the whole industry, and loosely one thing led to another. And now here we are doing it full time back here in Texas, where we're from, in the great state.
Cool. And
yes, sir.
No, I was gonna say, how was it before you kind of got into all the real estate and stuff? How was life? I know you played baseball and things like that.
Yeah, I grew up and I graduated right here from Cinco Ranch High School, just down the road in Katy. And I got involved with a select baseball team, and I still coach them in that organization to this day, because I no longer play anymore. But there's a part of it, though, that really is nostalgic, getting back on the baseball field and being able to give something back to these kids. It's a lot of fun. Something that I actually just do on the side, really. It's a really big passion of mine. But what really got us into real estate was we understand that there is a need for an alternative path to homeownership.
Cool.
And we empathize with a lot of people out there who are wanting to own a house, but the bank won't let them for one reason or another. Sometimes life gets in the way, and people need to restore their credit for a certain amount of time before they can actually get approved for a loan from a mortgage company. And it can be a very stressful process.
Yeah, and with that, a lot of times people hate to go through the process because they either feel like it's going to damage their credit because, they're going to have to, apply for so many different places. They feel like realtors maybe take advantage of the money, like let's say how you have, you can call a number and it has people that you can call and they they rent out to multiple people and things like that, the real rent companies and things like that. So they feel like, hey, these people just taking advantage and it's going to damage my credit before I even know if I'm, eligible to even get this place or whatever. What separates you guys from, people feeling uncomfortable with the process?
First of all, let me address one thing that you said there about real estate agents. I love real estate agents. They're great. They have an absolute necessity and a purpose in this industry. Now, there are certain clientele, however, who can't afford, or they are in a pinch, or whatever happens to them, they need an alternative method in order to get a path to where they want to go.
True.
And a lot of people like to rent from us because families only have to move one time. Whereas if they try the traditional method, they might have to rent a house. That's one move. And then they got to move into another house when they finally own. So that's twice. We have a program called Rent to Own. And that's what we started here in Richmond. It's called Rent to Own. And that's where we allow homeowners who are maybe borderline on their qualifications with a bank. And for one reason or another, they might not be able to qualify until another year or two. Well, if you already owned a home and now you're separated because of a divorce, or that's just one example, or also if you're a first-time home buyer and you're looking to get to that path, but you have a family and you don't want to move into school zones because the traditional way says that you got to own the house first, so that you got to rent the house first, and then you move, and then you find something that you want to buy. That can be treacherous. What we're trying to do is simplify that process and establish a rent-to-own system where you move into the house in a rental period, maybe 1, 2, 3 years, whatever we agree upon. You can build your credit up. Buyers are allowed to build their credit through our credit restoration process because they qualify through us in our system.
Okay.
Qualify through us, and then they have the option to purchase the house at the end of their lease. Okay,
cool. So you give people the option to rent to own, and what else do you guys provide? Because I definitely love your websites, the Millersbuyhouses, the Millersbuyhouses website. I definitely love those, and I think that the way you even have the imprint on the site is easy, accessible for people. It's very easy to understand, the terms that you're speaking in. What else do you guys provide for some people who haven't visited those sites so that they know what all you guys do?
Yeah, well, I've been talking about our rent to own program, so let me just touch on 1 or 2 more benefits there before we go to our other side.
Okay.
Just as a quick, Millersbuyhouses is the mothership. Okay. MillersSellHouses.com is our website that promotes our rent to own. So whenever people want to buy a house from us, then they go to MillersSellHouses.com. And whenever you do that, you submit in your buying criteria. What kind of property do you want? You want a 3-bed? Do you want a 4-bed? Maybe some people want 2,500 square feet. Some people only want 1,500 square feet.
Right.
And when you sign up with us when you sign up with us right now, you get put on what we call our VIP list. That VIP list, when we have a new house that comes out available for rent to own, you have first dibs at seeing what's coming soon before anybody else does.
That is awesome. And how easy is it for a person to get on that VIP list?
Very easy. All you do is go to MillersSellHouses, MillersBuyhouses.com, and you submit your contact form, and you're going to complete your profile on our website through a little form there. And when you fill out that profile, please be as detailed as possible, because if you are well qualified through our process, we can start looking for houses that might match your criteria or wherever the case is, through our other side of our business of buying the houses.
Okay. Cool. And what is the difference between yourself and a real estate agent? Because we spoke about the real estate agents, and I know there is a difference. So if a person's listening right now and they're wondering, was he a real estate agent, or what exactly does he do? What is the slight difference in the two? That way they'll know what you at the position they may be thinking of what they want to do, if your service is definitely beneficial to them right now. Because I think that you definitely do both of selling and helping people to own homes, as well as different things that realtors do as well. So what is the clear difference?
A clear difference is that I am not a licensed real estate agent.
Okay.
I did not go take a test, and I did not study a course for 3 months, however long it is, in order to get my license. You don't have to in Texas. In order to buy and sell houses, there is no law that states that you have to have a realtor in order to buy or sell or rent a house. That's just it. In Texas, it's a great state. We are professional home buyers. That is the difference. We do this every single day, and we implement these systems on a daily basis. This is what puts food on the table for us. It is our livelihood, and absolutely, we operate with the highest integrity when it comes to being relatable to our local community and operating with the paperwork and all the way to the closing table. We always close at a local title agency, right there down the street on FM 359 every single day. And yes, sir.
I was going to ask, if someone is facing foreclosure, how can you help them to get out of that situation? And that way, because I know we have some people who are facing foreclosure who may be watching, and kind of anxiety is killing them right now, and they can definitely get in touch with you for help with that, right?
Given the times, it is a very relevant topic. People have lost their jobs, and whether they're in forbearance or not right now, some people can't afford to start paying their mortgage back right now, even though they're in forbearance. We shouldn't know how long this is going to last. But all of that aside, the benefit to calling us whenever you're behind on payments is how fast we can close. If you think about the time that it takes for somebody who doesn't have months, for somebody who doesn't have the patience to wait for the right buyer to walk into the door, we can close within 7 days. That's our fastest close time right now. On average, 14 to 17, but right now we can close in 7 days is the fastest that we close. And there's an important time period that's happening with the banks whenever you miss your first payment.
Okay.
When you miss your first payment, you have 90 days. 90 days until 90 days is 3 months. 90 days until they file the NOD.
Okay.
That's the bank. When they file the first notice of default or deficiency, I can't remember what the D stands for.
And that's that's a warning sign, like saying, hey, you're about to lose your house. That's the first sign that you get normally.
Yeah, no, you're in pre-foreclosure at that point, and that's when it gets expensive. That's when it gets expensive. So if you think about the time, the average day on market here in Richmond, Texas, in the majority of areas is 75 days or more, over 2 months. That's when it's finally on the market. By the time you hire your right realtor and market the house properly and stage it and then open house and prepare it for the right person to go in there, that takes a lot of time, and it's very risky. We have the capabilities to help people out for the rest of their lives. Yeah, we might benefit for a minute ourselves, but it's really about benefiting people for the rest of their lives, putting them back on the right track.
Definitely.
And sometimes, here's another thing about us: cash is not always the best offer.
Okay.
We have a better than cash offer.
Really?
Depending on the homeowner's situation.
Okay.
Sometimes accepting a cash offer for their house, they might actually themselves maybe bringing money to the table if they're over leveraged on their mortgage situation.
Right.
So it's like, for me to buy their house, they're actually paying more to pay it up. And it's there are very tricky situations that not a whole lot of home buyers, cash home buyers in the area, not a whole lot of people know how to buy creatively like that.
Right.
And we can make it happen. Your typical "we buy ugly houses" people. Who knows who's going to answer the phone when you dial them?
And yeah, because that's just some national number that anybody anywhere will answer.
When you call Millers Buy Houses, you get Scott Miller or you get Alicia Miller.
Yeah.
So there's a relational factor there that I think plays well to us.
Yeah. And hey, Scott, we have a question. A YouTube person says from the cave, does Scott work with local investors on assignments? So do you guys work with local investors on assignments?
By assignments, I assume he's referring to an assignment of contract. He put a house under contract, and then he's looking to assign it in a wholesale transaction. Okay. In that case, absolutely. If there is another home buyer out there, investor, whatever you want to call us, if there's another investor out there who has an opportunity to help this homeowner, might not know who to give it to, or might not have the right resources himself to know what to do with it. And the good thing about working with us is that we can help him list it. We can help him find the right buyer for that house. There's a lot of connections that can be made other than just rather than just flipping the script. So absolutely.
Okay, so if let's say that I call you and I have a piece of property, do you guys buy property as well?
Yes. So Millers sell houses, but MillersBuyhouses.com. Yes, we buy single family residences is what we focus on. That's
okay.
Specialty. That's where our main focus is. So we are really big in social media and online. We're over 14 different platforms or something like that. And you can go through our website, and again, it's a simple profile. You go on there, you fill out your profile, and it immediately pings on my phone whenever somebody does that. And depending on what you're looking for, we can set up a time to schedule to talk, or you can go ahead and book an appointment with us, and we can come out and assess your situation. Okay. We're not just looking to buy anything and everything that comes our way. And I think that's a common misconception of something that we do. Okay. There are certain clientele out there or homeowners out there who, given their situation, we're just not the right buyer for them. because we have a criteria ourselves too in order to remain strategic as a business. And so we assess your situation. We really want to listen to you and make sure that what we're doing is right, is really going to benefit you as well, and really try to find more of a win-win solution. But if we can't help you, we will direct you either to whoever can, and we have a lot of connections.
Okay. Now I had a question that a lot of people ask me, and I guess because a lot of people are wondering, they're renting apartments right now, and so they're wondering, okay, well, should I try to buy a house? Should I try to, and what is this first step that they should take in trying to own the home, their next home, or their first home? What is something that you would lead on that?
Yeah, good question. There is a certain person out there, a certain resident out there who really benefits from our program.
Okay.
And that is a homeowner. There's a difference between somebody who thinks and lives like a homeowner and somebody who thinks and lives like a renter.
Okay.
So there's a difference there. With our rent-to-own program, we work with people who want to own houses. They want to buy the house from us. That's why we present lease options. So we're trying to help you out in the meantime, kind of like a test drive to a new car. Before you buy a new car, you drive it off the lot. You get to test drive the car, and then you get to decide if you want to buy it. Same thing with our program. You can rent it from us, test drive, and then you have the option to purchase it at the end of our lease agreement. Typically under 3 years. 3 years maximum is about what we do. And
how long can that process take?
It is not a rental house. I just want to make that clear.
Okay. And how long could it take? Let's say if I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, this is what I want to do. Next thing I want to do is get my home. So I'm gonna go to Scott's site, and once I get on your site, how long can the process take before I'm actually in my home? If let's say I got fair credit, my credit's good, I got good rental history and things like that. How long could it be, maybe that process before I'm actually leaving my apartment and actually getting the keys to the door to my new home?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So our rent-to-own inventory is subject to the houses that we're buying in order to supply it, right?
Okay.
So it's funny how sometimes it goes. I could go a couple weeks without buying a house, and then I get 3 homeowners who call me in a single day saying, that will you please come by? And the ability, sometimes it comes in stages like that. So it is a fluctuation. However, it is overall very constant. Like I said, we're not just your standard home flipper who only knows one way to buy a house, and we can buy creatively, whether it's treating it more of like a pension plan for you, or whether it's simply taking over your monthly payments, and by doing that, would be allowed to restore your credit that way as a homeowner.
Okay.
And
I'm glad you said that, because a thing that's going to be really important in this conversation between you and the next potential buyer or seller is going to be credit. And so what is the difference between a person thinking they have good credit and really having good credit and, bad credit?
Yeah, there's multiple different stages. The actual score range is from like 300, is the lowest, and the highest I believe is 800, somewhere around there, give or take. And there's a lot of factors that go into determining your credit score really is, amount of credit cards that you have, the amounts on them, and how your capabilities of paying them off.
Okay.
And being able to determine that is really easy. There's a lot of websites you can go to. Experian is one of them. There's a few more. Just Google it, and you'll be able to input your criteria,
Okay.
and you can easily look it up that way online. Through our process, we have a restoration process where, let's say a buyer has assets but poor credit for whatever reason, and is looking to buy a house because he has a family and doesn't want to have to move his family around twice through a rental house and then finally buy, right? So they rent a house from us, make it one easy process. What's good about that is that you can build your credit through our monthly rent payment program, and in the meantime, that'll restore your credit, and we'll actually do it for free. There is no extra charge for restoring your credit through our process. And so you'll have 1 to 2 to 3 years, whatever our lease agreement is, that we determine that you'll be able to buy a house at the end of it with. And so you'll be able to build your credit over time that way through us.
Cool, cool. And if you guys are listening, anybody on Facebook, YouTube right now, if you're listening, I definitely think that you guys should to get in touch with Scott and his Millersbuyhouses, Miller Sale Houses team. Visit his website, the rent2own.com as well. He's definitely going to be an asset in the near future for you if you're looking to either relocate, to sell a property, or to enter the business. He definitely is somebody you'll want to follow and take notes from. I definitely got another YouTube question here from somebody who's kind of talking about this thing. Same thing as I say, somebody you'll want to follow, take notes on. They asked, does Scott offer mentorship? So you got somebody who's interested in you being a mentor to them. Do you guys do you take time to share with others what you've learned in their experience?
Yeah, sure. So I don't run my own mentorship program, if that's what he's referring to. However, I am a very good resource to have. Let's just put it that way. I have some really good connections with some really good people who do this stuff on a daily basis. For me, it's not something that I'm interested in expanding to, but definitely reach out to me. I'd say shoot me an email, text me, whatever, and I can point you in the right direction.
Yeah, definitely, man. I think you're very smart and wise guy, man. You're very experienced, and I can tell just from talking to you here and your demeanor, through our text conversations, as just say our text conversation, that you're a very level-headed guy, and somebody that is good to know and be a teammate with.
Chris, I saw your group on Nextdoor, and I love what you're doing there, man. That's great. That's a phenomenal resource for small local businesses here in our area. What's it called? The Richmond Creators Group. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, the Richmond Creators and Small Businesses Group. I thought it was something, man, that could bring the area together. I know just personally, like I was saying, so many people who they own their own business, whether it's a small online business or a small brick and mortar or something that they're starting, they're out of their house, but they're getting into entrepreneurship, or they already are into it. And I was like, it'll be a great network source for them to communicate with each other on in a friendly atmosphere, and make some some positive connections.
Right. I am.
And then it put everyone in a bubble. And so, let's say if you're a consumer and you're looking for a certain service, then hey, you can just go there and just stroll up and down it, and somebody's probably got something you're looking for.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
We're cooking here, dude. It's awesome. I love what you're doing on there, and it's great to connect with you.
Yeah. Hey, and before we go, man,
Stop.
I was on your site and I wanted to ask you about, you had said on there listing versus selling to us, and
Yeah.
it allowed people to see the difference. Can you just, expand on that real quick before we get out of here?
Sure. A listing. I believe you were referring to a page on my website, right? The comparison page. So a listing with a realtor versus selling to a professional home buyer like Millersbuyhouses. There are a heck of a lot of real estate agents out there, and a lot of them are very, very competitive for their business.
Yes.
And sometimes it can take time to sort through which one is actually best for you and which one is actually best for you in your situation. That's what you really need to think about when it comes to selling your house is hiring a realtor really the best route for you? First of all, standard is they're going to charge you a 6% commission. 6% commission. That's right off the bat. Not everybody can afford whether or not to pay that 6% commission, depending on how much they already owe to the bank if they don't have enough equity in the place, right?
Yes.
On top of that, it takes time. That's the biggest part, is time. And by the time it takes to hire somebody, by the time it takes for them to market your house properly, and by the time it takes for the right buyer to come in, sure, there are some neighborhoods in our area that sell on average maybe 30 days or less for a nice, remodeled, updated house.
Right. Okay.
However, not everybody has a really nice updated house.
Mm-hmm.
Some people bought their house in the 80s and it hasn't looked it hasn't changed
at all.
Right?
Yeah.
That's really going to diminish your buyer pool, who's looking for a 1980s house. And so if time is an issue, there's another difference between us. Like I said, we can close on your schedule. It's not the buyer's schedule, like when you have with a traditional realtor. The buyer has 30 to 45 days. Right now, with the banks and forbearance and stuff, you have to have really solid assets in order to get approved for a mortgage. You have to have really solid credit score in order to get approved for a mortgage. Yeah, the interest rates are low, great.
Yeah.
But if you're a little borderline there, you can't buy right now. People are not getting approved. I'm not saying everybody, but some of these borderline qualifications are not being approved right now. And if you sell your house on the market with a realtor, there are buyers who will go all the way through and then not get approved after you've already agreed to sell them their house. So now you got to put your house back on the market. So it's kind of untrustworthy. There's a lot of risk involved there. With us, it's clean and simple. It's just straight cash. It's straight cash. Or if cash is not the best for you, we will sit down and go over your options and let you know what is the best for you. Mm-hmm. Whether it's monthly payments or whatever the deal is, we can accommodate you in a number of ways in order that best benefits your situation and for the rest of your lifetime. It might help us in a minute, but like I said earlier, it helps you for the rest of your lifetime if it can help you avoid foreclosure.
Right.
And it's discreet.
Yeah, that's great, man. And that's why I wanted you to talk about that, because I know that's something that a lot of people struggle with, that question. Should I list my property? Should I contact somebody just to sell it directly, with them? And I know you guys would be great, for that person and that customer right now. So I definitely wanted to touch on that before we got out of here.
Yeah, thanks. And just, I'm not here to bash realtors. I know you're asking me for the differences there. There are homeowners out there who absolutely would benefit greatly from listing with a realtor. they're not the people who would benefit from selling to me in the first place. So I'm not interested in trying to scam anybody out of something that they just need to go with a realtor for.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. It's just some people are meant for other options than others. That's all.
Yeah, we all, it's different for each person. Each customer is gonna have a different agenda, different needs, different priorities. So, what works for one won't work for the other, and vice versa. So, man, definitely great having you here, man. Can you give out any contact information and phone number, anything like that for people to get in touch with you?
Absolutely. What you can do is you can go to MILLERSBUYHOUSES.com if you need to sell your house fast in the Richmond, Texas area. If you want to rent to own, you can go to our MILLERSSELLHOUSES.com, and you can qualify through our rent to own, and we offer a creative path to home ownership when the banks won't. You can call us at 832-356-8437. You can also email us at info@millersbuyhouses.com.
Great, man. Thank you, my man, Scott. We'll be definitely talking with you soon. Like I was telling you guys at the beginning of the show, he is the admin for the group, Richmond Creators and Small Businesses, as well on the Nextdoor app. So come over and visit us, join the group. If you're a small business owner, entrepreneur, local creator, we definitely love to have you. And if you're a consumer, we definitely love to share our experiences and our services with you as well. So, hey, Scott, appreciate you. And we will be on here again sometime soon. We'll have, some more.
We're going to Alicia on next time.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have Alicia on next time. Hope she's having a great day as well. And, glad all my people on YouTube, Facebook that tuned in. Appreciate you guys for rocking with us. Hope you guys took some notes. He definitely gave out some great information, and I'll be sharing it as well, continuously sharing it. So I will see you soon, my man. You have a good night, okay?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. This is your boy, Chris Dubai. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Definitely was great talking with Scott Miller. He is here in Richmond, Texas. So if you are into selling a property right now, you're selling your home, you're interested in some more information, definitely get in touch with him at MILLERSBUYHOUSES.com. You also visit his website, www.MILLERSBUYHOUSES.com. Get on his VIP list. He definitely can give you some great information. I just had a technical glitch there. Did you guys see that? That looked crazy. But yeah, it was a good night, man. It was a good night. And I also, man, I got on my new shirt here. I don't know if y'all can see it, but definitely got Black Dreams Clothing Company. New local black business here. Local black business. Definitely got to support it. You know what I'm saying? That Black Dreams Clothing Company is fresh too, y'all. Yeah, you get that. It's exclusives. It's exclusives. You know what I'm saying? Get you come with a nice package and everything, man. Definitely, man. We definitely support, Black Dreams Clothing Company, and I'll be giving y'all more info on how y'all can get in touch with the Dreams Company, Clothing Company. Their website is about to be up in the next day or so, a couple of days. So definitely be tuning in to that. It'll be on my Instagram and Facebook pages, sharing where you can get the link and how you can buy you, buy you a little bit of gear or whatever you need. See y'all soon, man. I'm out.